Hello, Stephanie. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you.
Excellent. Um, and how do you pronounce your name?
Stefan. Yes, in French.
Stefan.
Yes, this is my first name, but my last name is Yao, Y-A-O.
Excellent, Stefan. Thank you for correcting me so I can get it right. Welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Are you a current student? Or are you looking into what Wake Tech has to offer?
Yes, I'm looking over, I want to take the class, to the WEC Tech. So uh, right now I'm not student.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to be here to learn about Wake Tech, and hopefully you're getting some good information.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course, we'll get started at 6. We're going to have other people joining us as well.
Okay, no problem.
Hello, Jennifer. Can you hear me okay?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can. Welcome. You made it in.
All right. Sounds good.
We have one participant already here, and we'll get started here in about 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We're going to give everybody a few more minutes to join us. It looks like Jody has joined us, Vicky, Dalen. Did I get that correct? Get started in about 1 minute. As we are waiting for any remaining people to join us as they're leaving the last session and getting here to us, if you're comfortable sharing in the chat what you are hoping to get from today's session, if you're a current student or you're looking for information as a prospective student, I will do my best to make sure I address anything that you specifically would like to leave tonight knowing. And if the chat does not work for you, I know sometimes as an external user, Teams might have limited features based on your device. If you want to just unmute and let me know that way as well, that's fine. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. You are here in the Study Smarter, Not Harder session, where we're going to talk about how the Tutoring and Learning Center here at Wake Tech can help you succeed in your courses. So I am going to kind of start us out with just what is the TLC. If you know anything about the TLC and you want to put that in the chat or unmute and sort of let me know, I'm certainly open to anything you may know about us already. And if you don't know anything, that's okay. That is why we are here. The Tutoring and Learning Center is something that is very unique to Wake Tech. Most universities don't have as robust a tutoring and learning center as Wake Tech does. It's something that is very unique to Wake Tech in our community. And the Tutoring and Learning Center really is academic support for Wake Tech students. And there is so much that the Tutoring and Learning Center can assist with. But our goal is to provide professional, personalized tutoring for students in a really supportive environment because sometimes classes can be overwhelming and there's a lot of new information, things to learn. And our goal is to help with that process, help you understand what it is you're learning in class, engage with that information, and really be able to apply it to the best of your ability. But in addition, we want to help you be as independent and confident as you can be as a learner. So that's our goal in providing support. Our tutors are all faculty tutors that use best practices in tutoring. They contextualize support for your class and they help with learning and study skill building in a personalized way so that it's really centered to you as a student and it's reinforcing what you're learning in class, as well as helping you fill in any gaps that you may have. I know for me as an adult learner, I often forget things if I haven't, viewed that recently or used it. So we're here to help kind of fill in those pieces as well. Um, and that's with class, but also as you prepare for your career. Um, we offer all of the support for free for all Wake Tech students. As soon as you're enrolled in a course, you have access to the Tutoring and Learning Center supports. So what that looks like, again, it's really personalized to you. We have sessions where it is just you and the tutor. We have sessions like this one that is a larger group. We have some small groups as well, and we'll talk about what those look like in more detail in a minute. But the goal really is helping you build skills so you can be successful as a student in the course you're in, as well as future courses that you may take. And we're with you from when you start at Wake Tech all the way to when you exit Wake Tech and go on to whatever is next. We are across all campuses. So Wake Tech has many campuses, and there is a tutoring and learning center on each campus, including the Beltline Education Center, which is the hub for workforce development students. So that site specifically has a student focus for workforce development students, but all campuses are available for all Wake Tech students. And that includes online. We have a lot of tutors who are available to help in person as well as online. And that is also specific to subjects. So some campuses have a different focus. For example, the health sciences campus would have more tutoring for biology and health sciences. But across all of the locations, we offer tutoring support for many subjects. We have a math and a science center, and that specific center focuses on helping students learn and apply course content, as well as fill in any particular skills gaps. This could be something like basic math, all the way up through higher level math, calculus, statistics. We also have a computer science center, and that computer center really focuses on using and applying what students are learning in computer science courses. So it's a little more focused on course content and helping students learn and apply it. Our Study Skills Center is one of our larger centers in terms of what those tutors can help with. Things like study and test taking strategies, hence the name for our session today. Really, the goal is to help you be as efficient as you can with your time, and making sure that you're getting what you want out of the time you're investing in your studies. So that could be something like study strategies to help you learn better. Everybody learns a little bit differently, and so we are able to suggest and help you build strategies that fit how you learn best. Um, we can also help with reading strategies. Oftentimes, there's a lot of reading in a particular course, a lot of vocabulary and content. So, looking at reading strategies to help you take in and digest information efficiently is something that the study skills tutors can help as well. Um, they can also help with things like understanding and breaking down assignments, using artificial intelligence, like intelligence, like large language models, for coursework. So navigating, what is allowed for different courses, and then how do we use that in alignment with expectations for the college and what would be ethical use in your career fields. Um, and then just sort of generally how to get back into the flow of being a student. Sometimes it's been a little while, and that's something that study skills tutors can assist with as well. We also have an entire writing center. Most courses have some sort of writing component, whether that's for class essays or timed exam essays, preparing short answer responses for either projects or quizzes or tests. Scholarship essays, maybe as you think about becoming a student, you're looking at scholarships. Or once you are a student down the road, you might want a scholarship to continue your education. And those are writing assignments that we can help with as well. Sometimes it's helping improve your resume and cover letters. We can assist them with that as well, but you also have access to career services at the college, and they can help more in depth with those as well. In addition to our writing center, we also have our biology and health science center, which this one's more focused on course content. So if you want to go into something in the health sciences field, that is certainly a center that can help support you in learning the course content for those courses. Again, you have to be enrolled in a class to take advantage of the Tutoring and Learning Center services. And a little more specifically than that, you have to be enrolled in a class that applies to the center or service that you're attending for help. Study skills applies to basically everything. Writing as well has a lot of application across courses. Biology and health sciences, a little more specific, as well as computer science and math. Sorry, I skipped ahead a little too far. Let me go back. Okay. Did anyone have any questions about subjects or what content that we can help with before I move on to what that help looks like?
No questions in the chat.
All right. Well, then I will take the silence as everybody's good for now. And let's talk a little bit about what the tutoring services look like. So oftentimes when students hear tutoring, they are thinking, just one-on-one tutoring sessions. And that is one of the ways that we can help. Um, One-on-one session, sorry about that. Let me go back. All right, one-on-one sessions are what they sound like. They are you and a tutor. They could be 25 minutes or 50 minutes. Student is usually bringing what they want to work on specifically, and then the student is going to work with a tutor on that topic. We also offer group tutoring sessions. So this could be a small group of students, whether you're in class together or it's just a common course that you're working on. These are usually 50 minutes or longer, and students are still bringing the specific things that they want to talk about or get help with for the tutor. Workshops like this one are going to be more tutor-led with a larger group of students that are working on an identified topic or need. Uh, Boot camps are another way that we help students, and they're really focused on helping build those specific skills that you need to have to be successful learning the content for the course that you're in. And then we also have our YouTube channel, which has a lot of videos that are created by tutors that work in the Tutoring and Learning Center. And they are available on our website. So you could go check those out tonight if you wanted. We also have a partnership with Thinking Storm. So this is an online tutoring platform that allows you as a Wake Tech student to have access to tutoring 24/7 when the TLC is closed. So you can come to us when you can, and when you can't, you can still get help online through Thinking Storm. We also offer some additional support beyond just strictly academic support. I mentioned earlier scholarship and transfer applications, resumes, and cover letters. We also offer a TLC writing contest and resilient student awards. This is where tutors are nominating students who show resilience in their efforts. We also have that writing contest this year. I think there's like $100 gift card as a prize for that contest. And it's a really fun event where we get together and sort of celebrate student success. We also have the Perch, and this is a partnership with the Nest here at the college. And the goal is to provide on-demand snacks, basic school supplies, personal hygiene products, things like that within our spaces. So we have them at our tutoring and learning centers. They're also part of the library, which you'll get to hear a little bit more about in a minute as well. We also offer some study fests and just sort of gatherings to help answer questions. Usually we're studying with groups, asking questions. Sometimes we have some free food. It's a good time. What I want you to take away from today is to come early and come often. Before you think you need the help, when you feel like I could benefit from the help, but I don't necessarily need it. That's the best time to start coming to the TLC. Because everyone can learn ways that can make their learning process more efficient and effective, which saves you time and helps you get the outcomes that you're looking for. What we do know in terms of impact is that students who attend one or more tutoring sessions per course earn a grade higher than those who don't come at all. Especially when you're getting up to that like 3 sessions per course. We also know that students who attend regularly, that one or more sessions per course, are about 22% more likely to succeed in their course. And by succeed, I mean sort of meet those outcomes for the course. They're about 15% less likely to fail, and they're 27% less likely to withdraw from that class. So what the TLC can help you do is earn a higher grade, be successful in meeting course outcomes, and not have to worry so much about whether this is the class to be in and maybe I need to, drop this one and start again. We definitely don't want that. So we're here to help you and we make an impact for students that way. This is a student recently who has a success story with us who really was having a hard time when she started coming to the TLC. And she really found support across all of our centers. And she went on to get her bachelor's degree and she's currently continuing her education. And she's just one of many success stories that we have. I have a whole list here, but for time's sake, I won't go into a whole list of them for you, but students who've started at various points at the college, whether it was just one particular workforce development course that they wanted to take, up through students who were working to get their high school equivalency and wanted to continue on. I can think of one in particular that sticks with me who I got to help as a high school equivalency student. And then he went on to get his associates here at Wake Tech and actually got a good night scholarship, a full ride scholarship to NC State, and is finishing up his 4-year degree in mechanical engineering at NC State. So that is sort of the information I wanted you to get today for the Tutoring and Learning Center. I want to show you a little bit about some of the resources as you leave tonight and you kind of go click around. The best place to start is our website. All right, there we go. So when you get to the Wake Tech website, you can either come to menu and for student support, click on tutoring, or you can use the search bar. But when you get here to the Tutoring and Learning Center website, you can learn more about what we offer. You can see that by subject and area. We have foreign languages as well as communication TLCs as well. They are specific to specific courses, so they may not be offering supports that you're looking for if you're going to be in workforce development courses first, but know that they're there for you for as long as you're here at Wake Tech. You can see here all of the campuses, where we are, our hours of operation, some advice from students about preparing for sessions, and you can get to some of those related links that I was sharing. When you click on an area you're interested in, it's going to open up more information about that particular center or area for tutoring. And you can see a lot more information, locations, and click on those. You can also see some frequently asked questions if you want to get to know a little bit more about the TLC generally. When you select a location, and I've put the Belline Education Center TLC here solely because it is really focused on helping workforce development students. But this is what it looks like for students who want to sign up for an appointment. We use bookings, and so you have to be authenticated. If you get that error, just refresh your page. Once you enter your student account information, you will see this page, and you can click on more to see all of the services that a particular site offers. When you decide on one that you are interested in, you can click on that, and you can scroll down and see upcoming dates and times. When you select one, you'll come down here, fill out this form, and click book. And it's as simple as that. You'll get a confirmation email with the day and time and location that you've reserved for tutoring. It will come with a link that if you need to reschedule or cancel, you can do so yourself, as well as contact information if you need assistance doing that. I will also just show you what that YouTube channel looks like. You can access this without your Wake Tech credentials. So this is something that if you wanted to kind of look around and see what this sort of looks like, you can kind of go and just explore. We have lots of different playlists, different areas. You can see lots of course specific things. You can see some fun videos about why go to the ILC. It's the TLC now, but we are one and the same. We just changed our name. So if you see ILC on here, that is the same place. But you can also see specific things that are content based, right? It might not be for a specific course. Things here across different subjects. And you can kind of explore these on your own. So often I get a question from students of, I have this course coming up. I just want to, start tutoring now and prepare. But remember, you have to be in a related course to start tutoring and those one-on-one sessions. But this is available to you at any point. So if you wanted to kind of see and brush up on some basic skills that you may have not used in a little while that you're going to need in class, you can kind of explore this and get started. In addition, I mentioned Thinking Storm as an additional option when we are closed. You can find this from our website as well, but when you get here, you can click login with your Wake Check credentials and you'll be able to schedule an appointment. Again, they are open 24/7, so there's always tutoring available to you. I've also put this link to the website here as well as the text if you wanted to access it that way as well. Great. Well, that is everything that I wanted to tell you about the Tutoring and Learning Center today. What questions do you have for me that I could answer? Or, things I maybe didn't cover that you're wondering if we can help with? Thank you, Vicki, for putting that in the chat. Yes, please. Is it Savir?
Yeah, Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, good evening. I was asking, do you have AP calculus by any chance?
Yes,
The tutoring?
yes. I know we have a lot of calculus support. I would need to check the course code for which calculus. If you know the particular course, that might ring a bell immediately with my brain. But we definitely offer more advanced courses, including advanced calculus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. It's like it's, Dalen is typing in the chat, so I'm going to give just a minute, see if I can answer her question or his question. I apologize. My daughter is named Raylan, so it's very similar. Are your tutoring sessions online or in person? Yeah, really good question. Whichever you prefer. So we have in-person tutoring sessions that are on campus at any of the campus locations that we offer. We also have online tutoring that is done on Teams, just like we're doing now. Of course. All right, well, I am going to turn it over to Jennifer Mincy here so you can learn a little bit about the library because the Tutoring and Learning Center very closely partners with the library. For example, at the Beltline Education Center, Tutoring and Learning Center, um, we are in the same room, the same resource, same space with the library, and we frequently collaborate to support students. So I thought it would be helpful to have some additional information about the library as well. And before I turn it over to you, Jennifer, um, Stefan has asked in the chat, do you have tutoring for supply chain learners? The answer to that is yes, but I will be honest with you, the content specifically, we won't necessarily have a tutor who has a background in supply chain specifically. What we would do is pair you with a study skills tutor, and they are specifically trained and adept at using information that's given in the class. And then their expertise is really how does the adult learner take in, process, learn, and retain information. So they would use the course information you have from that course to help you navigate questions that you have and help you sort of navigate and advocate for what you need beyond what we can help with through other areas of support at the college. This is true for a lot of courses, and we have students that come in for very specific things like that. And we can usually partner with a faculty member, either their additional support or office hours, things like that, and come alongside students in their learning. And between the two, students have had a lot of success getting the additional support that's specific to the content as well as learning. Does that help, Stefan? Of course. All right. Well, I am going to turn it over to Jennifer, and she can tell you a little bit about the library. So I will stop sharing my screen and I will let you share yours.
Thank you so much. I am Jennifer Mince, evening librarian at Scott Northern Wake campus, but I also coordinate hours and events over at the Beltline Center for the library. I'm going to see if I can real quick. My computer's been acting a little bit funny, so I'm going to see if it'll show the little PowerPoint that I just kind of threw together, but hopefully this will work. Sorry. There we go. Let's see. Do, do, do. All right. I might just have to do the share the whole screen because it's. Oh, there it goes. All right. Perfect. Um, all right. So with the library services, our big thing is promoting access to all the resources and supports so you know how to use it. Um, we are located at the 6 physical campuses, the Beltline Center, as well as an online library. All students, staff, faculty have access to all of the library resources. The important thing is that with most of our locations, you do have to have some kind of a Wake Tech ID. The exception being at Beltline Center, you can go in without having a student ID or anything. But if you want to borrow any of the materials, then we do kind of need these cards or something. So you have the option of sort of staff and faculty. We have the staff faculty ID for students. Many of you in the programs will be able to get a student ID. But if for some reason you don't get a student ID or you're not able to, you can also get what's called an instructional support card from your instructor. So a lot of our instructors, we're reaching out, we're trying to make sure that they have access to this. And this will just basically say, yep, you're a student, you're in my classes, these are the dates. So make sure that they have, everybody can come in and use your stuff. The other option is that if you live in Wake County, you can get what's called a community borrower card. It does have slightly more limited access to the resources, but you can come in for all of our events. You can check out things from the main branch libraries, and welcome to use any of the library use resources when they're available. Um, so as far as the libraries themselves go, we do have, of course, that physical collection that a lot of people think of for libraries. So we have books, DVDs, audiobooks. We have course reserves. So that would be anything that the instructors give to us so that we can um, check them out to students for use. So that might be a textbook or it might be a calculator or something. Looks like we have a question. So somebody raised their hand.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Um, I I'm new in the college.
Hmm.
I applied for the ESL program and I took the test and they told me that my grades were higher, so they told me that I have to apply for the ABE program.
Hmm.
So today I've been working on it to create my account and everything. So talking about the library, when I went to do the to start the process for the ESL program, they gave me a student ID,
That's
but
fantastic.
I don't know now if that student ID is the same or no. You know what I mean? Because they gave me a different login access
Hmm.
for me to take my EVE classes.
Right, right. So the ID card, once you're registered with Wake Tech, you'll be given a student ID number. That ID number will actually follow you throughout all of your time with Wake Tech. So no matter which classes you're registered for, continuing ed, ESL, workforce development, if you go on to take curriculum classes, so that number will go with you. You're welcome to always get a new ID like each year if you need one. So, but it's not required because that number is what's going to be tied to your records with the college. And that's what you'll use when you're going into the libraries or anywhere else. So you don't have to get a new one just because your program changed.
Okay, so in that case, I'm taking all online classes. I don't have a physical ID. If I want to go to the library, do I need to have a physical ID or I just have to show my digital, code ID number?
So for most of the branch libraries, we're going to need that physical card. You can get it at any of the Wake Tech ID offices, or like I'd said earlier, you can get that instructional support card if you reach out to your instructor and ask if they can provide a copy of that. Worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, if you live in Wake County and you just can't get the student ID and you can't get the instructional support card, we can issue you on the spot one of those community borrower cards. It's just you have a little more access to all of our stuff if you have one of those other two types.
Thank you so much. You have been very helpful.
All right, that's a fantastic question. I appreciate it. So with our physical collections, I did say we have like the books, DVDs, audiobooks, and those course reserves. Um, We also can order things from the other campuses to be delivered to any branch library. So if you live closer to Western Wake and that's the library you want to go to, but the book that you want is over at Eastern Wake, we can just kind of mail it over. It's a free service. It does take a little bit of time. The one thing is that with the Beltline collection, that collection in that room is specially curated so that it can be used in that room. So those items don't check out of the space. But even if you use the Beltline library, you can still request things from those other locations. Include study guides, practice tests, ESL and reading fundamentals, career resources, quick reference. But even in our collections, we also like to have some fun stuff. So we have like manga and graphic novels and even some fun fiction things. So we've got a nice variety to our collection. Some additional resources that we have. Where did my screen go? There it goes. Some additional resources that we have is we do have like phone chargers. We have printers, copiers, scanners in most of the libraries. That reserve collection I'd mentioned before. And we do have laptops in many of the locations. So we have kiosks set up at North and South where you can swipe your student ID and you can check out a laptop for a few hours use. Same with Eastern Wake. At Beltline Center, we've just started it where we have 4 laptops that we can check out so you can use it in the room. But of course, all over campus, there is a wireless Wi-Fi network that you can connect to. There's both an open one as well as a secure one. So, and we can help you with connecting your phones or devices to that for quick help. Elsewise, you might have to contact IT, but we'd help you with setting that up as well, getting in touch with them. For those items, a lot of them are for library use, so you would, keep them in the building and everything. But at the same time, it's just some things that never hurts to ask. Is like, do you have many of the locations we have like calculators and things like that? So just feel free, stop in, ask. If we've got it, we'll share it, and if we don't have it, if enough people ask for it, that's how we can add things to the collection. We just justify the higher demand, the more we'll have. So the next slide that I have is for, I keep clicking on the other screen, sorry. Is for our digital collections. So all students, staff, faculty, if you're coming into the library spaces, you have access to all of our databases from the college computers. But if you have a WakeTech email address that ends with @my.waketech.edu, so that would mean that you have a key account. So that means that you have that extra layer of access to our digital resources, and that includes all of our online databases. We have test prep, we have career resources, we have research things. So if you're doing like a research project, writing, things like that, you have access to all of those things from home as well. And we use the NC Live digital resource collection, which is available also through all the public libraries as well. So anything that if you're having difficulties logging in through our site, we can help you. We can reach out and we can get that access, or we can get the items delivered electronically sometimes from the other libraries, like the public libraries and other community colleges. So if you just give us a little bit of time, reach out, we'll see what we can get. We'll get you access to all that as well. The next And then in addition to our physical items and resources, we also have a lot of support services that we provide. So we have online and in-person research appointments. So if you're doing any kind of research for a paper or for a career or for something like that, we'll help out with that. Online or in person, you can make an appointment. We have an online chat, so it's kind of like just a quick chat. That one is available 24 hours during the library hours when the libraries are open at the Wake Tech location, so 7:30 in the morning until 7 p.m. You would be chatting, talking to a Wake Tech librarian, and then overnight we have a subscription service. So if you're looking for research help or you have account information, things like questions, we've got services that help out with that. And then we also have research guides. So we have these special online guides that go through the different websites, the different books, the different video collections, things that we have on different topics. So if you're doing biomedical studies, or if you are in the engineering or anything like that, we have research guides for those. And then we also have research guides for more broad topics, like English or reading competency, digital literacy, things like that. Any questions so far? All right. And then we have special collections and events going on in the different campuses. So at the at Perry Health Science campus, over by Wake Med, they have anatomy models and dental tools. At the Scott Northern Wake campus, where I'm at most of the time, we have a maker space with a 3D printer and a laser cutter, a large format printer for making posters. There are smart boards that you can work with Eastern Wake if you're doing a presentation, and there's a small business center at Western Wake in the library. All of these resources are completely free. You don't pay for them. You don't pay for the materials. It's just reach out and see what's of interest to you. Anything that can help you out, both with your academic work, but some of these things are just so that you can have a little bit of experience with it and you can come talk with us and we can show you how to use this stuff. So that's particularly, I love the makerspace. That's one of my pet projects. So come learn about 3D printing, make some models or something. And then we have workshops and events that go on at the library. So we have information literacy, figuring out, the who, what, when, where, why, what's a good resource, how do you evaluate, make sure that it's good, reliable information. And then digital literacy for how to use computers and the different Microsoft Office suite, all that stuff. Makerspace pop-up events. So we sometimes over at Western Wake, we're going to be having some of our sewing machines and things are going to be taken out there. We plan on taking some of our doodle pens and other stuff over to the Beltline Center, if not this semester, then in the spring. And then we have like poetry and writing workshops, things like that going on. So does anybody have any questions on some of the library resources or any other questions at all about what we might have for you? I kind of ran through that a bit quick, so sorry. Hey, hopefully my microphone's working. Everybody okay?
Yes, I can hear you. You're
All
good.
right, sorry.
Well, I know we have gone over a lot of information. Um, if you do have questions, we are here to help. Um, I know that Vicki was able to put the website for the Tutoring and Learning Center in the chat. I am going to do the same thing here in just a moment with the library as well. Certainly, if you have questions, we will hang on and answer those. You should have access to the chat to be able to pull that information, but you can find all of this from the Wake Tech website. So if you leave here and you are unsure of where to find things, you can find lots of information about the college just directly from the website. We are under student support. So if you go to the main page, you can find libraries as well as the Tutoring and Learning Center under student support section of the website. And Paula, I apologize if I am mispronouncing your name. Your hand is up. Do you have another question or was that from earlier today?
I don't have more questions. This is from before. I don't know how to take
Okay,
it off.
that's quite all right. I just wanted to check in. I can put that down for you. All right. Well, if you don't have any additional questions, I think we can wrap up for today. I am happy to stay on as long as you need me if you have more questions. Vicki, is there anything else that participants need to do before heading out tonight?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Of course. Well, like I said, I'm happy to stay on as long as you have questions. But if not, I know we just covered a lot of information about the Tutoring and Learning Center and the libraries. So digesting that, you may just need a little time, but we are here and you can find contact information on both of those websites as well if you think of questions later.
Since that Paula is typing, she may have to.
I really appreciate having the opportunity to speak as well. This is Jennifer, and I hope to see you all at the library.
Same for the Tutoring and Learning Center.
And in Beltline, where we're both.
Yeah, all campuses for sure. But yes, we are partial. We work together over at the Beltline Education Center. So. No worries. Hopefully you can copy both of those links and keep them for reference later.
And I am very proud to say we finally managed that if you do a Google search and you look up Wake Tech Library, our website actually comes up at the top of the list finally.
That's awesome. Excellent. I'm glad you got a lot of helpful information and I'm excited for you moving to the ABE program and working more on your goals for that. You can start coming to the Tutoring and Learning Center and the library as you continue forward with your goals. I know for students who are in that program, the study skills sessions as well as conversation and English courses for additional like presentation or listening and speaking practice is something that a lot of learners that are or share that experience you shared with us earlier find really valuable. So hopefully we'll see you in there too. Awesome. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening and can enjoy some time doing things that you normally do, in addition to fitting this into your schedule. I appreciate you being here. Xavier, I see that you're still here with us. Do you have any remaining questions?
Oh no, oh no, I don't have any questions.
Okay,
Thank you for joining us.
absolutely.
All right.
All right. I
Can you
am going to
believe
go
I
ahead.
actually threw that together in like less than an hour?
You did great. I know that that was sort of a last minute ad when I was talking with Dean Davis, but I'm really glad you were able to join. I think that worked really well.